Four-time NCHA All-Conference Tavis, three-time first-team All-American Tavis, same guy.
Jay, your thoughts on the game?
Awesome. I mean, just a great experience and you know, a heck of a hockey game tonight. Very, very good showing, I think, for Division III college hockey when you watch the team skate and play physical like that, and great scoring opportunities at both ends. Both goaltenders obviously came up big at times. So, very proud of our group of the senior class that won a national championship when they were freshmen, lost in double overtime a year ago, and found a way to get back here again. So, hats off to Adrian. You know, we've heard an awful lot about that program for the 4 years of their existence, and they proved to be everything that they said they were by making it to this point of the season and having an opportunity to take the title home. So, hats off to Adrian.
Tim, just what does this feel like now, being able to get the second title for you guys?
Well, you know, I remember when we won in Lake Placid, it really felt surreal. Like, you know, they eventually kicked us off the ice, kind of like they did here tonight, because guys were hanging around. It's incredible. It's just, you work so hard for so long. I think it takes a little bit of time to put it in perspective. And all we do is we reflect back on all of the incredible student athletes we've had over the years who didn't have this experience, and all of the tremendous assistant coaches that I've been fortunate to have in my program and on my staff over who didn't have this experience. You know what I mean? So we're proud, we're pleased for our institution. I'm really and truly most proud for the young men that battled hard today and for the seniors that will graduate as champions. There are very few who say they can do that.
Did you kind of have a feeling going into this thing it'd be the shootout that it was through the first two periods?
No, I didn't. You know, you're playing the highest scoring team in the nation, and you know what a skill set that their forward group has. So clearly we wanted to make it a game about our forwards and their D-core below the top of the circles in the offensive zone, which pretty effectively I think we did. I think we owned time of possession, thought we got over the puck well, and created some hard plays, scrum plays around the net. Whether they scored or not, certainly took some legs from and stopped some of the transition game. You know, Adrian's a team that stretches guys in the neutral zone pretty effectively, and then they really touch it around when they enter the attack zone. So a lot of east-west play. Again, I thought we handled it well.
The power plays too, I mean, they were huge for United. It seemed like, how did you feel about how they performed?
And you know, both groups were shuffled up tonight. We changed both groups from last night. Kyle Stroh went out with a shoulder injury, and he is an elite skill stick guy for us. And when we deemed him unable to go after warm-up. That made us adjust groups. And again, just hats off to the kids that play in those spots, because there's no practice reps for them. It's just straight up and go. And you know, we've got some guys with some puck savvy there, and we saw some things on tape that we thought we could exploit, and we made some plays.
You jokingly said yesterday you needed Cody to perform today like he did yesterday.
I wasn't joking yesterday. I told Keith from the bus, I said, yeah, well, you haven't scored in a championship game yet. And he took it to heart. First thing he said to me, he came up and gave me a big hug, and he said, there, are you happy now? I said, yes, I really am.
Maybe a little bad for that comment.
Cody, that first goal, with it being the first time you're here, just what did that do for you as far as confidence, getting that one and getting started?
Well, it got us going. I just kind of tried throwing it on net and it ended up going in. So, you know, obviously that's a good bounce, and I think it definitely started us to keep going.
The way this thing kind of played out here, goal, answering one another, just what were you guys talking about as far as trying to keep this thing, keep you guys up front?
Well, you gotta be patient, right? I mean, you have your ups and downs during the game, and you just gotta show character. And when they score, you gotta step up and take it back to them. I think we did that, especially with our special teams tonight. We scored a couple big goals in the power play, and we killed off a couple of huge power play opportunities for them. So I think, it's a lot of character, to keep your head high, even though things aren't going your way for a certain period of time. I think we did that really well tonight.
For either Cody or just being the second time you're in a national championship game, did that help with nerves at all? Kind of getting ready for this and getting your mindset, or was that not a factor at all for you guys?
Well, I definitely think it helped. It was a little overwhelming last year going to Lake Placid, and you got a bigger crowd, you got media, and you got a lot of things to handle, different kind of schedule, and we were more settled in, and we relied on our seniors who obviously have done this now 3 times, and I think think it definitely helped. I think it showed. We could tell, especially last night. Norwich was a good team. They were taking as hard to us, and we were confident in our systems, and we didn't panic, and it paid off in the end. So I think that played a factor.
Nick, you guys ended up getting that fourth one there. Just how good did that feel to bury that one from that far out?
Well, it's kind of been going well for me here in the playoffs. So I took a look down, saw the goalie was kind of looking the wrong way, and when Longley gave me the puck, I just laid it up top there, and it kind of, I felt like that one was the one that was going to put us over. Coming out in the third period, we'd made some changes, and I didn't think they were going to get any good looks in the third, and we just took it 5 minutes at a time, and they didn't get any real quality looks. So, that goal, I felt like 3 goals was enough for them, and 4 was going to win it.
As far as the third period goes, the last 10-12 minutes, Adrian had a lot of puck possession, applied a lot of pressure, but had 5 shots in the entire period. What were you guys doing that rendered it also successful defensively?
Well, I think we've done all year. We're a very hard-working group, and coach was talking about their transition game, and I think we did. Forwards doing a good job of coming back in the back check, and defensemen doing a good job forcing them to dump the puck and turn around, quick out. We stuck to our game plan, and we've done it all year, so we're confident that we can do it now too, even though they're skilled.
I think we blocked a ton of shots down the stretch too, Matt. There was a lot of guys laying their body, and that's what you have to sacrifice. There's always that it factor when one team wins a national title, and lots of teams don't. And there's always something that's an it factor, and in this case, it was B.J. O'Brien, it was the play of the senior defensemen and our core in general, and it was timely goal production from special teams. So, we got a little bit of everything in this one, and obviously we had to work really hard to get here. I thought 2 periods of the game last night, Norwich was the better team. And then we found a way to bury a couple of pucks and did exactly what we did down the stretch here. Give up no real looks after that. And sort of a hallmark of our team, I think, is they're willing to sacrifice.
Tim, what kind of impact does this group of seniors kind of lead now? Such a big 4 years they had for you.
Well, when you win the school's first ever national, in 2008, we win the school's first ever team national championship, right? That's, the school's been around since 1898. Hockey obviously is not that old, but it's a really big deal when you win a national championship. And for this group to have done that as freshmen, and then just look at our group. Nick's a 3.77 math major, double major. Adam, he's going to be in grad school. Adam Hammerbeck's going to be an orthodontist next year. Our kids are great kids. They're doing it the right way, and they've been there enough times that I think it's what we hope for with our guys, right? So I'm so pleased that these seniors walk out with the success that they've had, not only on the ice, but off the ice. And we always use a 10-year retrospective in our program because you can't win the national championship unless you're Middlebury and you win 8 of the whatever. You can't win it every year. And so we've always used a 10-year retrospective to gauge the success of our program. And basically, if you go back to 1998, I can tell you that was a successful team, not because they won the national championship, but I know what those young men are doing with their lives now, and I know how much St. Norbert helped influence them in their lives. And when you look at last year's team, although we didn't win the national championship, I know that's going to be a successful group, and the same thing is true with this group. So, winning is a part of it, but there's a bigger picture here.
BJ, or I should say Nick, BJ was the only one of the seniors who hadn't really been able to experience the national championship yet. How cool is that to be able to get that for him, considering everything he's done for you guys the last 3 years?
Oh, it's huge. I think just for any senior, Justin, Kurt, they weren't here for my freshman year. They're seniors now. It was funny. Tim DeRozier interviewed me before the game yesterday, and he asked me what my favorite memory was so far at St. Norbert, and I told him, hopefully it hasn't happened yet, but I told him if I had to say now, it would have been when my freshman year watching Jonesy and Belanger win national championship as seniors going out for them. And now that my senior class won it, it feels great just that I can look back and see that all I think there's 11 of us, I'm not sure. All 11 of us can go out on top, and that's got to be my favorite memory now.
just a couple of notes. Since 1993, St. Norbert's now the third Division III team to win multiple championships. Middlebury with 8, Norwich with 3, St. Norbert with 2. And there's a bunch in that stretch with 1. St. Norbert also led the country this year in scoring defense for the 3rd time in 5 years. Coach alluded to the blocks tonight. St. Norbert blocked 14 Adrian shots. I could rattle off a bunch more, but you're on deadline, so that's it.
Anything else? All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.